I wasn't even going to watch this documentary because when it popped up, on my suggested things to watch on Max, I was like, okay, how much more do I need to know about the DC sniper? Like, everything's been told, right? This is an old story. And I do this a lot with a lot of these true crimes that they do 100 million different versions of a documentary about them. And I'm always like, oh, what more are you going to give me? Well, let me tell you, Hunted by My Husband, the untold story of the DC sniper, told me a lot of shit I did not know. So true crime doc junkies or people that just want some historical accuracy to something that was all over the news, you need to check this out. This is the story this is Mildred Mohamed's story. This is her testimony, her telling her story for the first time. And she is the ex-wife of DC sniper John Mohamed. And not only are you seeing into the life of who John Mohamed was from the time she met him to the time they were married, and the abuse and the manipulation and the gaslighting and everything else that went on in their relationship, to the divorce, to how ugly that was and the abuse continuing, and how she had to get restraining orders against him, and how once again the courts are failing women, and even to where he abducts their children and takes them to Jamaica and hides them for 4 years. And she did not see or have any contact with them. And finally, when she gets them back, this is when all of this starts going south, to where he begins to plot how he's going to get rid of her. And so all of us were told and are told that not only John Mohamed, but Lee Boyd Malvo were both domestic terrorists. Now, remember, this is post 9/11. They laid this story out to us, which is not true. Now, I guess you could still consider him a domestic terrorist in some way, but he did not hate the government. The only person he hated was his ex-wife. This is the plot. I'm going to go and start being a serial killer and do these attacks all around DC. And then eventually Mildred will be one of the sniper's victims as well, the serial killer's victim. And then nobody will point the finger then back at me. Like, this was, you have to go watch this. This is also very inspiring because the role model that this woman is for her children, specifically her daughter, but the role model she is for many women around the world. She is speaking. She speaks. This is what she does for a living. She goes around the world and speaks about what happened to her. And hopefully, she's a smart woman, and hopefully brings light to these situations and how these singular dark obsessions that men get and this hatred that they form for women that leads to these sorts of things is just unbelievable. This story, I'm telling you, this I'm not going to rate it, but it's a 5 out of 5 if I had to. It's so well done. Go watch it now. I watched it on Max. Hunted by My Husband, the untold story of the sniper. You will learn a lot.